All right, Grant, pre-show shenanigans. This is definitely a topic that we will bring up in the main episode.
Okay.
But I just think that the actual information I'm about to share fits more in a pre-show. Um,
Okay. So I'm
so
expecting, this can go many ways. I'm gonna guess it has something to do with prices of concessions, or some
no, it
type of
does not.
prices.
It is not.
Okay.
It does have to do with the NFL. Um,
Naturally.
Technically speaking, it has to do with the stadium because the stadium's
Okay.
field is
Give
cursed.
it to me. Give it to me. You got me
Brett,
hooked
this
now.
is
Give it
about
to me.
Malik Nabers and his ACL tear.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. This is
So,
gonna come up. This is gonna come
um,
up. MetLife Stadium.
this is going to this is
I
going
need
to
to get the list.
draw
I need to get the
some
list. Keep
Alex
going.
Smith vibes here. Okay, you'll see where I'm going with this. That reaction tells me you don't know what I'm about to say. Get the list of all the ACL tears
I'm
for me
getting
because
I'm
that's not
getting
what
the
this is.
MetLife. I just need that for me
The
to know the
casualty. It's the
MetLife
Grim
list.
Reaper. It's the Grim Reapers of the ACLs.
It's the equivalent
God,
of that Arizona field
hope.
when they roll out the wet.
Hey, prayers for the guys who have to play on that field at the World Cup. It might just be the stadium, even though they're putting in a grass field.
Well,
It might be the stadium. It
yeah, but
just being at the stadium, MetLife doesn't matter if turf or grass. Your
Everett, all
ACL
I'm
might just be
saying,
gone.
when Messi moved to the MLS, it was literally in the contract. I
No,
will not
I know,
join
but
unless you change it.
I'm saying
But the NFL would
it might
never.
just be MetLife itself as an entity is cursed. Doesn't matter if it's turf field or grass
Oh
field.
yeah,
It might
just
just
if
be
you are on
ACL's
the
gone.
grounds, yeah, and
ACL's
just
gone.
moving forward, let's say MetLife were to ever be torn down and relocated, just it still any physical activity to take place on those grounds, you're tearing something.
Yeah. Okay, Grant. This is where I was going with this though.
Okay.
Grant,
I also have the list of
Malik Malik Neighbors and Odo Beckham Jr. suffered essentially identical injuries when Odell tore his ACL. They both went to LSU. They were both first round draft picks by the New York Giants. They
the
both
last one
suffered
on this list is hilarious.
they
Keep going.
both suffered their ACL injury versus the Chargers on MetLife Field, and both of them had their passes thrown to them by an Ole Miss quarterback.
Okay, I have some quick additions to make. So first things first, MetLife and that stadium, they have too many injuries. Everett, real quick, I'm going to read to you the list of MetLife injuries since COVID. Okay, Odell Beckham
Just
is
since
not on this
2020.
list. This is just since COVID. Okay, um, Nick Bosa ACL, Matt Hurt
Yeah,
ACL,
Peart.
Jonathan Harrison. Is that Snacks? Is that Snacks?
It sounds like snacks.
Jonathan Harrison ACL, TJ Brunson ACL, Rodarius Williams ACL. These are all Giants, by the way. We are not addressing other players.
Yeah. Well, you already said Nick Bosa, but
Yeah, yeah. Oh, he's the only non-Giant on this list. Shane Lemieux, Jabril Peppers, Blake Martinez, Wandale Robinson, Sterling Shepard, Marcus McKeithen, Darian Beavers. Oh, we have another non-Giant, Kyle Fuller, Aaron Rodgers. That's a Jet, not a Giant, but
hey, all I want to say is it more the Giants? Because like the Jets play there too.
More the
But
Giants.
I'm saying the Jets play there too. So and
It
only
is
Aaron Rodgers having been there.
significantly more the Giants. The only Jet, I'm not lying, the only Jet that has torn something since COVID is Aaron Rodgers.
I just want to maybe Grant. While there is a Super Bowl playoff curse against the Jets, maybe Joe Namath also instilled a little bit of safety prevention for the Jets. And he was like, "Hey,
help me out.
Hey,
MetLife is pretty new, right?
You're asking
could that? I don't know this, dude. I don't know. I have zero clue.
Let's see. Construction started in 2007, so almost
so
20 years.
Okay, that's pretty new. Yeah, that's a very, very new stadium. Okay. So maybe we don't want to go there. What I was gonna say though is the Chargers stank on it certainly helps. The Chargers being in both definitely helps with some bad
juju
karma,
vibes,
bad juju going on. Certainly us being in those games.
But I do want to say, Grant, is there a reason? I know I know that they didn't really have a star wide receiver again until Malik Nabers last year, but I'm saying
It's like
it's
just the
also both
studs
Ole
too.
Miss. It's also both Ole Miss quarterbacks. Like it's the moment an Ole Miss quarterback stepped on the field again.
Who's
The
oh
very
yeah,
moment,
he's Ole Miss. I'm dumb.
the very
Okay.
moment, the first game an Ole Miss quarterback played again since Eli, immediately
I'll
ACL
be
gone.
honest. When I first thought like Odell, Ole Miss, I'm like, did Matt Corral sling him the ball for a game or two? Like, no,
Don't
no,
believe
that's
Matt
Eli
Corral
Manning.
was ever on the
No, no,
Giants.
I was just thinking for a second. I
Yeah,
just don't associate Eli with Ole Miss. I
it
just
sounds like a
associate him with the
you.
Giants.
Yeah,
He's
I
just a
guess so.
Giants
I
quarterback in
guess you
my
would have
mind.
never really watched him play in college, so that adds up.
No, no. I also hate him.
Yep.
But yeah,
Yep.
no, those the MetLife ACLs, Achilles and ACLs now. Shout Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, no, at this point it's just like a thing. And like it would make a sense that in the newer stadium would be more poorly designed in terms of when they're playing football. Just like if you remember that Taylor Swift MetLife concert, that stadium's more so optimized to pack a music like I
Yeah.
mean, we've all seen the pictures of like now crypto arena when they change it from
Hey, hey,
hockey
hey,
to
hey, hey,
basketball.
change it. You know the name.
It's Staples Center.
There you go.
We've seen how crazy those time lapses are where it's like the game ends at 10 p.m. They have a Kings game the next day at 5 and you see
Just,
overnight them installing the
yeah.
ice. But like that's just the standard practice for all these fields that you have. Like they're all on top of concrete. At the end of the day, you're playing on concrete at the end. Like that's
Yeah.
the pressure generated on your joints when you're cutting on that surface. But it's like I do think it makes like it's crazy to me that considering how corrupt FIFA and football is, that they were even like, no. Like we're not we can't harm our own players, guys. None of us wins if they all get hurt. Like even the corrupt FIFA realize, yeah, no. We should prioritize player safety. Like they are the asset of
Well,
the
I
like
think
without the
turf
players.
is already largely like an American thing, just because of
Oh yeah,
like the cost, and then it's also just environmentally like the United States is differs so greatly. Like
really, yeah.
we can't like water everything, and also in Europe, like every stadium's outdoors to begin with.
That and it's just like soccer. It's the only sport, so the entire city can invest everything into that one stadium. Like they're not
Yeah,
playing multiple other things. You know,
that and it's just like even like recreationally though, I think in Europe, like most of those small rec fields and stuff, those are all dirt. Like
they're all grass.
all
They're playing
grass.
on turf. No, like no, we're
No,
not doing that
unlike
shit.
me, I will be playing football on a turf field tomorrow. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm
2-0.
double spat.
Hey, all I want to say, 2-0 right now, tutties in both games.
You going
So
both ways? Are you Travis Hunter?
I have been playing both offense and defense.
What's your snap percentage on both sides of the ball?
Well, first game it was 100%.
What's your target share?
First game it was 100%.
What's your yards per target? Yards per route run? No, I'm kidding.
Well, first game I wasn't 100%. It was like 98% snap. I took off maybe like 7 snaps. Second game it was like 100% offense and then 20% defense.
I'll be honest. If
Target rates in the gutter though. Target rates in the gutter.
If I have one major regret from my college days, I wish I joined my roommate in joining the USC club baseball team.
Oh.
It would have been so funny, just me just getting K'd up so easily every single. It would have been hilarious.
He gets caught looking again,
and strikes out swinging again. You know, at least it's not looking. All right, it's going down.
The
going
most
down
contact he's seen this season is a foul ball that went 2 feet off of a bunt.
Or it's the most contact has made this season is when he had that pop fly hit to him and then it hit his glove and he dropped it.
The most contact has seen this season was when he was hit by a pitch in the first game.
Yeah, no, things you don't want to see at all. Things you don't want. But
yeah,
I think that'll do it for the pre-show.
What a change on the pre-show right there.
But without further ado, oh my goodness, hair got all over the place right there. My goodness. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Waterboy Podcast. Today it is episode 336, and I hope that number is correct because I accidentally just closed out the tab where I had the episode number. But it is episode 336. We have the biggest week of college football to recap, go over an exciting week of NFL football. I think moving forward, I haven't checked. I'm going to guess we're going to have another crazy double-digit spread next week. Last week, Everett, we had two spreads that were 13.5 and 14.5. And I did go fact check. Those were the two largest spreads in NFL regular season history since we started the podcast last week. And neither team covered.
It's almost like that's exactly what we said was going to happen.
Yeah, I have a feeling we're going to have some more double-digit spreads throughout the rest of the year. I think the gap between the top crop of teams and the bottom three crop of teams is, on paper, it is very large. But
on paper it is, but I was about to make this point.
It's not going to be.
I was going to make this point. Like, this week is not fully over yet, and we're obviously going to go through our record in the next episode. But to this point, this has been a horrendous, not historically bad performance, but close for me. And I think the point that I keep making every week, honestly, that we've been through so far the last 4 weeks has been that the NFL this season is as tight as possible with every team, more or less. You obviously have the very bottom bit with the Titans, the Saints, and the Browns, and the Dolphins, but even then, like some
Jets,
of those teams,
Jets and Dolphins.
But I'm saying at least the Jets
might want to lose the toilet bowl.
But hey, the point is, even with those teams though, the Jets almost won week 1. The Dolphins were giving it to the Bills for a bit. They do play tonight, like we're gonna know. But my point is, like, those teams all, like, even though those are clearly the worst teams right now, clear keywords being right now, those teams are still being somewhat competitive, maybe minus the Titans. Titans are currently the worst.
They look
team. They look
really
bad.
You know, at least now I literally think over the weekend, for the first time in my life, I heard Cam Ward speak. He was asked how he played in the game, and he just said ass. I think that was the first time I've heard him speak ever. Literally, I don't think I've ever heard him talk.
All I'm saying, there's a correlation between Tajay Spears being on the field and them, not being on the field and them losing. That's all I'm saying.
Do we know? Can we get a Tajay report when he'll be back?
I do not have a Tajay report. Maybe we can have one for the next episode.
Now, I have a Tony Pollard report in Everett. He might be ass as well. So that's the Tony Pollard
maybe that's report. The correlation, though. Legitimately, Tajay Spears not on the field. Tony Pollard booty cheeks. It could be it. That could be it.
You know, it's like, if Tony's the only running back, I don't know what the backup is, and it doesn't matter because they're not football.
Spears is the backup.
Without Tajay, I don't know.
It might be Mullings, the Michigan rookie.
Yeah, so if Khalil Mullings is the backup, and I'm defending that team, every single time you got Pollard on the field, load the shit out of the box, and we need 3 people tackling him every play. We need him to be dead after 8 carries. I need him to be physically exhausted every time he's on the field, because they cannot bring in a new guy. If they try to run it with Khalil Mullings, that's a 1-yard loss.
Sorry, I just also saw the Joe Alt update.
Too much time on the Titans. Too much time on the Titans.
No, it shouldn't have happened.
Too much time.
But no, the greater point was just that, like, this year is like the NFL is very much like there's this separation on paper exists, but the separation in reality is not actually there yet.
No, yeah, and then also got to go over. We're gonna have a brief playoff baseball preview, Dodger preview primarily, naturally how we are, but just a little inputs on the overall sphere of the MLB.
Do we just want to stick with the NFL real quick? We'll go to college and wrap up with some MLB, some Dodger playoff talks here.
Yeah, no. Start off with NFL. We're already here. I think we're gonna have to start off with last night's game. 40 points high. Scoreagami. Yeah. Now, This was also a potential pre-show topic. The Scoregami guy just doesn't watch Sunday Night Football primetime games. The Scoregami guy, he just doesn't watch. I think last week we had an official presumption that he was a Ravens fan, and the guy running the Scoregami account just refused to post that. Ravens, who did the Ravens lose to last week?
Bills. No, that was the game he was talking about. It was the Bills-Ravens game when they lost.
Okay, that one. But yeah, just refused to post that. But now I think the guy who runs the account just doesn't watch.
He posted last night's score. I think he's asleep.
I think he had to re-up. I don't think he got it out when the game. I think he had to go back and do it. But we can confirm it's not a bot.
Yeah, no, it is certainly not a bot. But he did post the score. I still learned to believe he's a Ravens fan because that game was a 1 point game loss. Miserable.
I think if anything, he may have waited to post that most recent one to throw people off his trail of how everyone found out.
Yeah, I mean, I just also just with last night's game in general,
made me feel defenses are awful.
Made me feel much better about the Packers in my division, and then the other part of it is one. God, you got to feel for Dak Prescott. That fucking sucks. Also, I know that the Packers missed an extra point or got an extra point blocked. That was a whole deal for scoring situation. Got ran back. But you're running the fucking going for it on, was it third down or whatever with 8 seconds left on the clock, running, throwing it and getting bailed out because it hit the back of one of the defenders. That could have gone sideways so fast. I don't know whose idea that is. We need to have a conversation, though. And the conversation should have been, Jordan Love, can you just take an extra second, please, so that you can get the out? That would be very appreciated by me instead of a tie. But
it started off as a theory. I now think it's fact. Romeo Doubs, he's wearing the Guardian cap so Jordan Love can find him easier.
Yeah.
I mean, he sticks out like a sore thumb with the Guardian cap.
It looks so dumb.
It looks so dumb on him.
So dumb.
But it's also just at the point where that Green Bay Packers receiver room, they just do not have a clear stud receiver.
Well,
Tucker Kraft,
they kind of do a little bit, but he's on IR.
Yeah, but it's just they just got a receiver room by committee for the most.
Well, no, I think that was expected either way. Jaden Reed obviously is the wide receiver one when he's available. Even then, though, I don't know if Jaden Reed is necessarily a wide receiver one on other teams. He's more of a wide receiver two. Probably you stick him on a lot of other teams.
He's wide receiver one on this team because the rest of the room just can't.
It's almost like a George Pickens situation. George Pickens goes to the Cowboys, wide receiver two, but George Pickens is better than Jaden Reed, so that's not necessarily the same thing.
Yeah.
But definitely wide receiver by committee. I just also think that the team really isn't necessarily their options are Josh Jacobs and then Tucker Kraft and then usually
Dobbs.
When Jaden Reed's back, it's still Josh Jacobs, then Jaden Reed / Tucker Kraft, then Tucker Kraft / Jaden Reed, and then Dobbs. So,
but it's nothing to really write home about.
No.
At the end of the day.
No. But I will say though that the Cowboys, for being, what are they, 1-3 now?
1-2-1.
Sorry, 1-2-1.
We got the and ones this year.
And one, still don't know how we score that on our point sheet for weekly record predictions. Technically a 0, but it's half a point because you weren't fully wrong. They didn't lose. Yeah.
Maybe we don't count it, or no.
Well,
let's put a tie on our records.
Well, we didn't call the tie, so we can't get a point.
But we can't.
We also both picked the Packers, so it didn't necessarily. We get a half point. You get 0.5.
I don't know. What do we?
Half a game. Technically, it is half a game. We'll have to reevaluate.
We'll look into that.
But I mean, being 1-2-1, they have played better than a team that's 1-2-1.
I think we actually made an agreement a while ago. If either of us accurately predict a tie, you get 10 wins or something.
I think we did say that. I was sitting there earlier today thinking about that. I was like, I feel do we get an auto win on the week
crazy.
At a minimum?
That's crazy though. That's truly just
the only game ever that we could have probably accurately tried to predict a tie was that Chargers Raiders game that then Brandon Staley threw.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah,
the only one
that's
everybody was like, just fucking tie. You both go to the playoffs, please.
what a joke. What a joke.
But yeah, I mean, I just one thing with the Cowboys, they're playing better than a 1-2-1 team. And also, if you told me they were going to be 1-2-1, I'd be like, I don't know if I'd be surprised they have that many that they're doing that well, or I'd be like, oh, that's how I expect, because I don't expect it. I haven't expected them to play the way that they've been playing. This is better than what I would have thought.
yeah. I think, CD's gone. Obviously, Mike has gone too. Also, Trevon Diggs is just bad at football. So like that's like 18% of your salary cap is going to a guy who's a liability out there. Deron Bland's also just like hurt, and like that's the other 15% salary cap, so he's just not playing. It's really impressive, to be honest. Like, hey,
And don't forget their
luckiest man on earth.
Their running backs are Javonte Williams and Jaden Blue.
Sanders got hurt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's truly
maybe they were right to fire Fat McCarthy. Like maybe the Schottenheimer hire was not a bad idea, like we were saying.
I'm not crapping on the shot hire anymore. I will still stand by. He is the luckiest man on earth.
No, yes, 100%.
So he still is. And if anything, with Micah gone, CD hurt, now he has zero expectations. Like he can stink it up this year.
Yeah, the problem is normally in that situation, you'd be like, oh yeah, they're building for cap space. They're gonna use cap to get couple players.
It's the Dallas Cowboys. It's just
it's gone, and it's gone.
Literally, it's that meme, the South Park meme, and it's gone. Or the SpongeBob sitting there patiently, everything on fire, or Ralph Wiggum on the bus.
I'm in danger.
Chuckles. Yeah, all three of those like
the Elmo meme with the fire in the back.
Yes, that's a memory unlocked right there.
Great one right there. I love. Hey, we both know I love that one. But okay, looking at other games though. Interesting thing, I didn't see this until after the fact with the Jags 49ers. Apparently, Robert Saleh accused the Jaguars of having a sign stealing scheme.
Yeah, so as a man who's quite invested in different types of sign stealing, so Robert Salah was complaining on Wednesday last week, said in a press conference, he not specifically, he pulled the Cade Klubnik from the other week. He was like, got to give credit to Liam Coen, like specifically said Liam Coen by name. Like, got to give credit to Liam Coen. He just always seems to have his offense in the perfect play call in every situation. So, definitely want to give a lot of credit to him and the homework he does in preparation for the game. Just pretty much saying, like, the dude has our plays. I don't know how, but he has it. And then after the game, Liam Coen, wasn't Saleh initiating it. Liam Coen walked up to Saleh saying, pulled a Will Smith, keep my name out your mouth. Okay. Will Smith, keep my name out your mouth.
I think Saleh went for a handshake. Liam Coen walked right past him, didn't handshake, turned around, did the Will Smith bit. And then Robert Saleh in retaliation goes like, don't fuck with me. Like I will fucking basically said he will kill you.
I will kill him. Yeah. I think he said I will kill you.
She's like, all right, well, we just took a big step there. I don't think
a big leap up to physical.
That is
massive leap up to physical.
If a guy
violence.
that looks like Robert Saleh say that, clap little snaps for Liam Coen there. Snaps like
definitely deserves some credit.
That's a big dude. Like,
and Liam Coen's a pretty hefty boy himself. I bet Liam Coen outweighs Saleh. Hey, I bet he does.
Probably.
But Saleh, I mean, you could tell that guy, there's a good chance that he was lifting with Quinnen Williams when he was the head coach of the Jags.
Yeah, he also, may or may not have taken too much pre-workout before he got on the field. That may be why he was too much.
Well, I'm not sure if he took as much pre-workout as Dan Lanning after that game.
No, but we'll get there.
We'll get
that might have been a mid-game pre-workout scoop right there.
Bro, that was the halftime speed. Boys, let me show you how into it I
am. Dumps the whole container over his mouth.
Scarface, just full on.
Dust everywhere.
Everywhere.
Just powder.
Everywhere. Whole locker room.
Yeah, also, though, Ravens Chiefs, played out for you how you expected. Not as much for me.
Yeah, okay.
I'm a little surprised.
So my prediction was correct, but I was horrified that the prediction was that. I didn't think the prediction was going to be that, right? Everett.
Yeah.
Oh God. Oh,
that was bad.
That was bad. I just knew there was no way the Chiefs were starting 1-3. It's the Chiefs. I know they look worse than before. I get it, but like they're just patching together that offense. Like the second Rashee Rice is healthy, he walks into that offense with 45 targets a game. Like the second Rashee Rice is there, you're gonna see what the Chiefs spent all offseason actually doing. But they need him back. Until he's back, they can't run their offseason.
I was not expecting that. Like that's just
a Mahomes masterclass performance. That defense just looks stupid out there. Okay, they just look dumb. And the scariest part is Chiefs weren't even running the ball. I'm gonna get the numbers up, but Chiefs weren't even running the ball that well. Justice Hill led the game in rushing because he had 170-yard.
I was going to say, Grant.
Neither team was running too well.
I mean, do we need to start having a conversation
Xavier
about
Worthy
Derrick
led
Henry?
the Chiefs in rushing yards.
Do we need to start having a conversation about Derrick Henry?
Derrick Henry may be a little bit washed right now, but I think it might be more so just the Ravens offense and how teams are defending them.
It probably is. It probably is. The Jets-Dolphins game just kicked off, by the way.
Oh yeah. But I just think defending the Ravens right now, they're pretty one-dimensional. I know Zay Flowers has had a couple of massive games, but you stack the box, heavy contained, linebacker spy Lamar and both edges contain. We are not letting Lamar get outside. Make him hand the ball off to Derrick Henry, and then he just has a loaded box.
Yeah.
And the issue with Henry is that like his best running plays are outside. Now, Derrick Henry is a tall back, long legs. He needs to get going downfield. He doesn't have burst in 2 steps to top speed. He needs to get some steps. He needs to get that momentum train going. And for Derrick Henry, his big, crazy Derrick Henry earthquake, beastquake moments, those are on outside zone, outside stretch plays where by the time he crosses the line of scrimmage, he's taken 8 steps and that train is going full speed ahead. But it's kind of an issue with Lamar because for a classic read option offense, you're running.
It's hard to do it to the outside. Yeah.
With Henry up the middle and Lamar on the outside, but you have to change it and they have to run like a little bit of like the classic midline, but you are not running Lamar up the middle more than 3 times a game unless you want him to not play football.
I mean, or you're going to have to do
a pitch. You can't do that.
You're going to have to do a pitch option.
Like, yeah, it's and we're not doing that with Derrick Henry.
That's also one of the 2 players will get obliterated off of pitch option.
Derrick Henry's like Derrick Henry, he needs to know the play and you get him going downfield, but it's an issue with Lamar. Because what they're both great at is those outside runs, and you're not running a double outside option on both sides. So yeah, it's a pain for the Ravens to deal with. Like for them to really be a threat rest of the season, either the defense needs to just turn it around, which they kind of did second half last year. This is nothing strange with Ravens struggling early season.
No, it's not.
But they need to figure it out defensively if they want to just play Raven ball running. But if not, we're going to need to see MVP Lamar from last season, how good he was as a passer. And unless that happens, they're not doing anything.
Yeah. Other games, though, just quick mention, Bucks-Eagles. Eagles won that game. Bucks made a couple mistakes that lost them that game. And they came on more in the second half. It kind of was an inverse. Like the Eagles started off hot and they stopped and the Bucks came back. But
yeah, it's just tough coming back down that many points against the Eagles.
I would, with that said, like I'd like to still give props to the Bucks. Like they did still come back with it. And I think if you give them a little bit more time and like Mike Evans is back, like you have players back.
No, yeah. And I mean,
we're in a better situation.
We're kind of saying during the week, like I was a little bit concerned how the offense just for this 1 week is going to look with Godwin back.
I mean, Godwin got 10 targets. He only caught 2 of them.
Yeah.
Emeka, by the way, disgusting.
He's crazy. He's certified. I
Yeah.
mean, it's unbelievable. I do not think he'd start off this hot. No, I was saying, I think Emeka could be wide receiver one in that room quicker than a lot of people think. I didn't think it'd be like this though. Hell no. I was
I just also
projecting
don't.
him to
I don't.
score
I also
four
don't even
straight.
know if it's wide receiver. It's just Baker likes throwing it to him.
Yeah.
He's been
Yeah.
the only consistent offensive player. So
Yeah, he's just getting him the ball, quick.
I know you were talking about AJ Brown earlier. I do just want to talk about a couple other things. Also, by the way, Falcons Commanders. Falcons win by 7, but that's to a team missing Jaden Daniels. So either the Commanders are generally better than we think, even with Mariota putting up 27 points,
I think they're
or
definitely a bit
the
better.
Falcons only winning by 7 points should be concerning.
Well, I think we need to take into account that Falcons-Panthers game. It was a divisional game and weird things happen.
I mean,
so
hey,
I don't want to give them
they
too much
skunked,
flack.
They skunked the Vikings, so I can't
I don't want to give the Falcons too much flack for that loss last week to the Panthers. But kind of also in the sense what you're just saying with Mariota in, like Mariota was really bad in this game, just really bad turnovers in critical situations, like halfway through the third, down 10. Boom, interceptions. Like we need to go score right now, dude. And so like I give props to the Falcons that when they were in like we need to get a stop here situations down the stretch, they did. So I'm gonna give them credit on that, but it's against Mariota. I will say this though, that Commander's secondary, Everett, is straight garbage.
Yeah.
Garbage. That Washington secondary. I've been saying all year the Steelers are the unction. It's the Washington Commanders are the unction. They still got Bobby out there. It's
well, he's not in the secondary, but yeah.
But as in general, that whole team, like Samuel is the best DB. Lattimore is awful. Lattimore is awful.
Is Vaughn on that team?
Von Bell?
No, Von Miller.
I think he's either on the Bills or Von Miller's not in the NFL. I don't know what team he's
on. Grant, he is on your Washington Commanders.
Okay, so even more so, unction. It's the unction. It's the unction. Yeah.
But that was a game that I was curious about because of the fact that the Commanders really didn't play all that well, and it was still only a 7-point game.
I would say that secondary is bad. Penix 20 for 26, 313 yards, 2 TDs.
Quick Spark Notes, throwback Spark Notes. That doesn't exist anymore, probably. Vikings versus Steelers. First of all, we have to stop doing international games. Why am I waking up at 8 a.m. to watch my team play in a foreign country where people are wearing jerseys of teams that aren't even playing? I'm being penalized. That's great. And it was kind of hard to watch this game anyways.
I'm literally trying to think of any affiliation with the country of Ireland and the National Football League. Yeah, like if they played it in Australia, at least you could sell me on the Australian punters to college football thing. But Ireland, no.
Yeah.
No, come on. What are we talking about? Like,
yeah, by the way, that stadium, they turned the play clock off. So
the quarterbacks couldn't see it in game?
It wouldn't be in front of you like it normally is. It was up. It was up on the side, like in the ring banner, like TV thing that goes around. But just quick little Spark Notes on this. Brian O'Neill out. You were talking about that. He's MCL sprains back. Vikings have a 13.1% sack rate through the 4 games, which is the 4th highest of any team since Next Gen Stats began tracking it in 2018. No, the offensive line is giving up a sack. We've allowed at least 3 sacks in every single game this year. But it's just the offensive line. The offensive line that we built over the offseason has not played a single snap yet together. Ryan Kelly got another concussion this game. Probably might be an issue for him playing the rest of the season. You're getting that many concussions, but the O-line is giving up a historic amount of sacks. Grant, right now we're like on pace to be the 4th most sacked team like in NFL history, and all those other teams are like sub 500 by miles.
Didn't have greatest years, yeah.
No, but the run, like we got gashed on the ground, like all the things we put money into this offseason have been borderline horrendous, if not already horrendous. Justin School, just horrible backup. But if those things get fixed, if the offensive line gets fixed, you give time, everything else should fall into place. Like you still have so many injuries. By the way, whatever the Vikings fan is that made the preseason injury, Vikings are going to be more injured this year. That guy needs to be banished from the fan base.
Who puts that out?
I don't know,
ether?
but preying on injuries on your own team is absolutely crazy.
Quite literally the craziest thing.
Have you never heard for we don't root for injuries on other teams? Why
only Tommy Smokes? Only Tommy Smokes is allowed to do that with Juan Soto. Okay, that is it.
It's fine.
And Tommy Smokes said, with all due respect, I hope Juan Soto strikeouts every at bat for the rest of his career, tears his Achilles and ACL tonight.
But that wasn't on his own team though. Yeah. It's not as a Mets fan. No, that is.
It's like a Yankee fan being like, I hope Giancarlo tears his ACL because he's been bad.
Absolute wild. That guy needs to be banished. We might have to have an FSU Noel situation. He has to repent. But yeah, I mean the play calling could be better. It's looked better though, so I think the offensive line gets fixed. We should be fine. But just a disaster entire first half in that game. Not want to watch it. Now I get to watch them play at 8:30 next week versus the Browns. How fun. Grant, any comments on your game?
Yeah, it's the same old Chargers. I'm a dummy, moron, idiot, loser for believing in this team. First time they start off undefeated in my life. And then now just 1 week later, it feels like we are right back to where we were my entire life. What stung the most about this game were the self-inflicted penalties and just shooting ourselves in the foot. So we outgained the Giants 340 to 250. In terms of passing, I know Dart, he was getting a ton of scrambles, got picked up a ton of rushing yards. Like he finished the game with 111 passing yards and we lose. Like those are just things where it's unacceptable. It is so gross and disgusting. And it was like I was watching the Chargers of the old. It was like Brandon Staley coached that game, Everett. Yeah. But it was just, here's some other key things that I want to point out. We'll stay on the defense. The Giants were 7 for 15 on third down with 250 yards in the game. Just constant. Giants are just picking up third downs. We are in a hard prevent pass coverage defense with zero contain. And if one of those DNs overextends, Dart just has the freest rushing lane to go pick up a first. And it was just over and over. We refused to spy Dart. Clearly, Minter had zero respect for Jackson Dart's legs. Clearly had zero respect.
It's like arguably one of the largest part of his game. So
you would think after he picks up 3 first downs, you would spy. Considering there are no passing options either.
I will be honest,
Neighbors tore his ACL in the game.
I saw you guys stuff them on 4th and goal, and we're going back to be in scoring to win. And I was just like, all right, this game's probably over. No, I came back 10 minutes later, and the Giants had the ball again. I was like, what the fuck's going on?
But yeah, this is a truly unacceptable thing, which you wouldn't expect out of a Harbaugh coach team. But the Chargers had 14 penalties for 107 yards allowed, Everett. 14 penalties. Now, I don't have the math exactly off the top of my head, but if you were to told me we gave the Giants 7 first downs off penalties, yeah, that might be an understatement. It was probably more than 7 first downs freely given to them based off penalties, but that's some 14 we're a National Football League team. Well, clearly not based on how they played. That's a college football stat. But no, the pro team, 14 penalty. It's not like the Giants crowd was giving you fits with the noise. That's truly unacceptable. 14 penalties.
Silver lining is Amarian Hampton broke out.
Yeah, Hampton broke out, and also it was on very limited touches. He had 14 touches for like a buck 40. Had a long touchdown run. Hampton's breaking out, but you can't, everything can't be all dandy and rainbows, Everett. No, Joel has to get hurt. Now, there may be some dark voodoo magic on our side now because it was just a high ankle sprain. Okay, Everett, every other year, that is a serious ankle injury. That's an Achilles out for the year. So the fact it's not out for the year, I could take that. Okay. Like, you know what? This is better.
See, at least you kind of have an idea of how long like Joe will be out. Brian O'Neill could be out for up to 12 weeks. So
yeah, but it's just I really thought this team would be able to put together in games that we need to win, games like this against the Giants, and then they just go back to being the Chargers. It's tiring.
They're charging.
It stinks, but yeah, not much has changed.
Yeah. I think, it's just another example of every week in the NFL this season has been somewhat unpredictable, minus week 1, where we both just absolutely nuked the predictions.
Craziest week of our lives in terms of picks.
Let's get into college football here. My first thing that I want to say is, can we have a wellness check on Squirrel White and whoever the DB for Virginia was?
Okay, we need to start. Thank you for bringing that up because I would not have addressed that if you didn't just bring that up. Everett, we saw the fastest field storm in the history of sports on Friday.
The best field storming of all time.
Best, fastest, the most field storm of all time. Okay.
Yeah.
Squirrel White, not only just Squirrel White, but there were 2 UVA defenders.
Was there a second one? I thought it was just one.
Oh, so there was the one who broke up the play. The safety came in to go congratulate, hype up his boy. And then it was the William Dafoe meme looking up. That was a stampede trample that I was quite literally, while watching in real time, I was actually concerned for the dude, all of their healths, because that is so unsafe, so unbelievable. I mean, maybe quite literally them having the helmet on is probably the only thing that
no, they 100% got trampled.
Good.
They were also laying. Both of them were on the ground.
They did.
Both of them were on. They weren't even standing up. They just ran through. Yeah. They were on the ground and they got
trampled. Clearly. I mean, if you just watch that video, I also had to rewatch that thing 30, 40 times. I just going back to refresh at the start. Just incomplete. Player swallowed. Back to the just re-looping. Just
also the fact that they also had a touchdown they not bobbled it. That's one of the most egregious bobbles
former USC boy
I've
Deuce
seen.
Robinson.
I've seen.
I mean, Deuce. And before that, I don't know if you were watching that whole game ever, dude. Deuce was putting on.
I watched the majority of it. Yeah, I watched the majority of it.
Was mossing guys, being that big body physical receiver I wanted to see at USC. He was doing everything. He was doing everything that I had hoped for and wanted him to be. He was doing it all, and then he just bobbles that. He scorches that corner down the sideline. And keep in mind, he's a big body. He's 6'6". He's a big guy. Hey, He's a 2-sport athlete. He was the cleanup hitter for USC. He's like Aaron Judge. He hits bombs. Look how big he is. But yeah, no, that was just an awful mistake leading to the end of it. But yeah, no, that was the fastest the greatest, most complete, most satisfying field storm. That made me want to take back any field store complaints I've had since starting this. I want to retract any statement I've ever made criticizing field storming.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
it was just too much of a spectacle. And just to think, Florida State, after the 2-10 year, Florida State has already field stormed, and they've already been field stormed on. You don't get field stormed on unless it's a big win for the other team. So, or
it's big, and also big in the ACC
field storm
too.
After every game,
big for the ACC comp implications too.
Oh yeah. People are saying this is gonna hurt Florida State. I think overall, we need to get some conference dubs, and I think this is good for them. Tony Elliott, Former Clemson OC finally getting a big time dub at UVA. Very, very big for the ACC as a whole.
Yeah. But other games this weekend, just a lot of close games and just good games. Oregon, Penn State. Oregon wins by 6. USC chokes to Illinois.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll start off Oregon, Penn State, and Bama, Georgia. I think I want to start off with Oregon, Penn State. I've seen so many people on just multiple different avenues of media. They could be college football people. They could be just general sports guys like a Stephen A type just commenting. But James Franklin is getting destroyed by the media. Naturally, that was going to happen
if they lose that game. Yeah,
going to get eviscerated, obliterated, and it sounds weird because I don't want to fully also jump on board of that, but it's just.
I mean, you can.
It seemed to me like Penn State was unprepared to play in this game. It seemed to me like they were just unprepared, especially offensively.
But I feel like that's kind of the case in a lot of big games.
Well, it is. It is. And hey, it went to double overtime. I get that. Like it technically was close and all, but it's just James Franklin just time in, time out in these big spots where it could go either way. It just seems like Penn State is just not in a position to win. Now they were obviously quite literally like in the driver's seat moments in the game. But we have never seen Penn State come out in one of these big time spots and look the part. From snap one, you're like, oh shit. Last time it's happened was the Saquon Ohio State game where Penn State went up 21-3, Ohio State comeback. Like that was like the last time where Penn State showed up ready to play a football game in a big spot. It's been 8 years, Everett. Okay. That's 2 recruiting cycles that it's been since Saquon
and a generational prospect.
Yeah. Micah Parsons came through there and Abdul Carter in that time. Okay. So James Franklin consistently fails to get his team in a spot to be prepared in these big moments, time in, time out. But as I said last year, when Ohio State lost, this doesn't mean your season's over if you're Penn State. Okay. Like this does not mean your season is still on, but I think Penn State fans, they need to change their expectations. I'm seeing Penn State fans being like, well, if James Franklin doesn't beat Ohio State November 1st, we're officially done. What makes you think he's going to beat Ohio State?
A 2-loss team will still make the playoffs. Like it's not
easily in the playoffs. Hey, like, but I think you guys just need to slightly temper the expectations. But like, I think, you don't want to say this for your head coach, but like James Franklin obviously doesn't do well when people shit on him. That bothers him, not inspires. When Ryan Day gets crapped online, like that inspires him to go destroy.
Last year out of the Big Ten, we had Indiana, Oregon, Penn State, and Ohio State all make the playoffs. Like you are more than fine with 2 losses.
Penn State is easily making the playoffs. Easily in.
Yeah, easily. Not really a concern there. And also, like, this is one of those games where it's like you kind of, like we said last week that Oregon's probably winning it. Like, it's not at the end of the day, like.
And it didn't matter. It quite literally did not matter at all at the end of the day.
Yeah. But I mean, Alabama, Georgia. I mean, unless you have another thing to say about Penn State.
Okay, real quick, just not now, just on Oregon, real quick. Dan Lanning, we got to give a lot of credit. Now, Dan Lanning is really lucky. Dan Lanning is really lucky they won this game ever. I don't know if you saw, but when they went up 17-3, Dan Lanning started doing the throat slash kill shot celebration when they were up 17.
I didn't see that.
Well, obviously, Penn State went on to go tie the game and went to OT. But if Dan Lane lose that game, that throat slash is living in infamy forever for him celebrating halfway through, or like literally with like 14 minutes left in the fourth. He started doing the throat slash. Like, dude, not yet. Not quite yet, Dan. But very, very impressive performance out of Lanning. I was most impressed with the Oregon D line. Specifically, I was about to say front seven. That D line, Mateo looked the part. That's the type of disruption that you're talking about, one of these 5-star DNs. Now, hey, Everett, we can crap on DJU. We are
not his brother.
Little brother.
Not his brother.
Little brother. Little brother's real, Everett.
Little brother's
little
nice.
Brother, little brother plays DN, so he don't take shit. All right, little brother.
Little brother's nice.
Little brother wants a scrap. Okay,
we could tell which one of them got the talent. All right, we can tell which one.
We know which one got the heart dog genes. Okay,
yeah,
we could tell which one has the dog in them.
It's not the one that starts with the not the brother that starts with a D for their first name.
It's not the guy who's the third string of the Chargers, right?
What? I don't even think he's on your practice squad. Okay, so third or fourth string. I think he's
still practice squad, I think.
Goodness gracious, if he needs to be activated.
But also, I was also like, dude, Bear Alexander was also looking good and not complaining. I was like, well, I think Dan Lanning coached Bear for a year when he was still at Georgia.
Yeah, just
I think absolute... so. Maybe he was able to rein him in, but it's just like God, Bear. I thought he's about to just bust out and be a money chaser. He's still really good at football. He just needs to be on a good team.
Tragedy for Makai though. Makai is like not even on their depth chart anymore.
Yeah, like it. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's been hurt or not. It seems like he's.
I think he's just. I mean, he had a medical for red shirt or Cotton Bowl year, so I'm pretty sure he still has a red shirt year. If I'm him, red shirted this year and transfer out, go somewhere else.
Yeah. But yeah, no, that's things. But I got to give a lot of credit to Dan Lanning, that staff, and also Dante Moore and DeCorian Moore. Oh my,
looks good.
That is a scary, scary duo. Now Dante Moore is draft eligible. I think as it stands, Fernando Mendoza might be the top quarterback prospect, but the way it's looking, if he keeps going, like
Altmaier doesn't look half bad either.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Luke Altmaier. He's not going to change your franchise. Like Dante Moore, I think could, if at the right spot, like
I doubt that he's going to go one and done.
I'd be more so surprised. Like, I think another year will really help, but just how it's looking around, like, if he's going to get drafted top 20 picks, he should be going.
I'm just thinking between this class and next year's class. Like, let's say Arch stays next year. You have Lagway and Arch next year. This year it's Sellers, Altmaier, Mendoza, Nussbus.
Like this year, he could really go get the one. Like this with Mendoza's the competition right now. So,
Fafita is technically eligible.
Fafita's playing college football next year. Want to give a lot of credit there.
ASU, Levitt.
He has to go. But Oregon, got to give a lot of credit there. It's Ohio State and Oregon, 1A, 1B in the Big Ten. Again, who would have thought? Okay, Bama, Georgia. Oh my God, Alabama. All right. Okay, real quick.
I will admit, this is a game I did not watch. I did not see this game. I didn't see the end of the game. I didn't have the end of the game. I didn't see the end of the game. I was at people's birthday parties, so we were sitting there on our phones. We had our phones out watching the game side by side.
Please tell me it was a girl's birthday party.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. If it was a guy's birthday party, you're not friends with him anymore for scheduling his birthday. No.
Well, it was also at a place that didn't have TV, so we had to watch it on our phones. So I missed a large portion of this game. Like
there was some planning around that football game on my end when I was in Seattle for that game. But okay, Alabama, Georgia. Once again, now it wasn't quite living up to last year's game in terms of the Ryan Williams late score, Georgia getting the ball late, driving down. If anything, it kind of ended really anticlimactic fashion. It was like, oh shit, now the game's just over. Like Oregon, Penn State.
Nobody scored in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, no. Oregon, Penn State, they're in the midst of their little OT exchange. And so like all my focus transitioned over to that game. And this game just kind of bled out at the end. But it was interesting what we were saying, or what I was saying beforehand. I think it might just be a very simple, whichever team runs the ball more effectively is going to win this football game. I need to get the team stats.
Might be incorrect on that regard because Georgia ran for 227.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm getting. I believe Georgia won this rushing yardage game.
They
This
won it
rushing
by
yard
over
battle.
100
Won
yards.
it by over 100. Okay, this is what I was going to bring up. Which I didn't understand. Chauncey Bowens, number 33 on the Georgia Bulldogs, I believe is a redshirt freshman. Okay, Chauncey Bowens, Everett, he reminded me of No Sean Moreno when I saw him run. Now like, he's stout, he's compact, he can take hits, go get some yak, yards after contact, but he's still built slim and he's still built with some wiggle and agility. I was also thinking just a little bit of Josh Jacobs out of him, but he has a
A little bit,
smaller
okay.
frame. Like he has a smaller frame than Jacobs. Like his frame, it's like skinny hips, skinny legs, broad ass shoulders. Like he is taking on hits. But I like how he's built. He ran the ball so well early on, averaging nearly 10 yards a pop, 12 carries, 120 yards, and a tubby. I don't know why, but in the second half, Mike Bobo was giving Cash Jones the ball on third down. Bobo, were you not watching? This dude, Chauncey Bowens, is so good at football. He is so good. And you give the ball to Cash Jones? Like when Chauncey Bowens is on the field, you have a mismatch at running back. There's no one on Bama that can cover. There's no one that can match up.
He says a lot.
Cash Jones, the entire Alabama defense going too deep. The Bama backups are faster than Cash Jones. Cash Jones sprinting full speed is slower than every single Alabama linebacker side shuffling to the side like they're Roquan Smith, okay? I do not understand how Cash Jones was getting the football on critical third downs. You have Delp, you have Lucky, you have Branch, you have Chauncey Bowens, no Sean Moreno clone, and you're giving the ball to Cash Jones. That was coaching ineptitude, in my opinion, on behalf of Mike Bobo. Disgusting, gross, arguably should be fired for that. That's how disgusting and abhorrent those decisions were. On the Alabama side of things, though, what stuck out to me the most were the supporting cast of receivers around Ryan Williams. Now, Ryan Williams dropped, was it 2 touchdowns? I think he may have dropped 2 tubbies. I know for sure he dropped 1. I think he might have dropped 2, but it was clear that Georgia, Ellis Robinson and KJ, they remember what happened last year. They weren't getting embarrassed on every social media for another 300. No, that wasn't going to happen. They hard double bracket cloud coverage on Ryan Williams the entire football game. You're not embarrassing us. But as you are doubling, you're trying to remove one receiver, you would hope some other guys can stick out and ascend to the opportunity, and they did. I was so impressed with Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard was so impressive to me throughout this entire game. Also, now this play was going viral. The little screen out to Caden Proctor on the goal line. I want to give some credit here to that Alabama coaching staff. Ryan Grubb, coming back from his year in Seattle 2 years ago. He was at Washington with Odunze, Penix, McMillan, Polk. They were lining it up, then goes to Seattle with Mike McDonald, then back at Bama, or back with Kalen DeBoer, now at Bama's OC. And I was hearing from Josh Pate on his show. He was saying while he was at the game, getting texts from other college football coaches around the country. They're all like, Grubb's running circles around Kirby and Kirby's staff right now, right? Like, this is a massive coaching mismatch where Ryan Grubb is significantly better.
Is he the next Joe Brady?
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I think it works really well with Kalen DeBoer. I think them two are a little 2 peas in a pod, little package deal right now. They work great together. Seeing how it happened in Seattle, I wouldn't say he's Joe Brady. I'm not going that far yet. I think it's under DeBoer, he's given certain responsibilities.
Well, remember, Joe Brady was an OC for the Panthers first, and that wasn't that good of a stint before Buffalo.
Oh yeah. Hey, maybe he just goes and does it. Like I don't know, but Grubb's a good, especially in the pass game, very good mind. But I think it was really impressive considering Alabama really struggled. Alabama averaged 3.1 yards a carry. Georgia averaged 6.9 yards per carry. Okay, like Georgia should be winning the football game based on that, but they didn't.
Yeah.
Lot of credit over there to the Alabama staff. They getting scores when they couldn't run. Super impressive.
Okay. Yeah, so I like two other big games, obviously LSU Ole Miss, but one thing I do want to talk about, Tennessee Mississippi State. Obviously Tennessee wins that game in
Gets down to the
overtime.
wire.
Huh?
Goes down to the wire.
Yeah, goes to overtime. I was telling my friend who's a Mississippi State fan this, and I don't know if you agree or disagree. Um, if you could get ranked for losses, this is a loss that Mississippi State should have gotten ranked for. And them being 4-1,
they're a football team.
They're good.
They're a football team. Okay.
I am curious.
They might be the South Carolina of last year. This season, they might.
I'm curious to see how they match up with the big, like Tennessee, obviously big boy in the SEC, but I'm talking big boys. I'm curious how they look against like Georgia, Bama, like the legitimate, like having the big boys.
And I think they got Georgia coming up here pretty soon.
They probably do, but I do think that they are not a team to trifle with. Joke. And
Jeff Lebby's done an excellent job over there.
That's just like they had opportunities to win that game. Like it was this close to winning it. And I mean, the rest of their schedule here at A&M this week, at Florida, Texas, Arkansas, Georgia, Missouri, like it is a long stretch to the rest of the season here. But they definitely
thought that Arkansas game, they might be favored at like 14 points.
Yeah, but like just looking at this, like they could beat Missouri, they can beat Florida. 100%. Don't know about A&M.
I think that was just like
it's possible. It's possible.
I don't think that's as clearly A&M as we thought.
No, it is in College Station, but
A&M should win that football game.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong, but
I don't know, like Georgia, based on what we kind of saw this past week, like it's possible. I don't know about Ole Miss. We'll talk about that in a minute. I don't know about Texas. Talk about that, but there is certainly multiple wins left on this on the ledger here. So, but they're a team I expect to be ranked at the end of the season. And
they get Kentucky?
No, they don't. No, the rest of the season is like it is a very very long stretch. But
it's an SEC schedule.
It's not extremely likely, but could be a playoff team you see at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So, great game out of them. But last college football game. I know you're gonna maybe want to talk about Ohio State and your adventure over there, but LSU Ole Miss.
Yeah, give a quick thing. Yeah, LSU Ole Miss. I think what the concerns I had over that LSU offense just kind of came to fruition in this one. I think I don't necessarily 24 from Ole Miss. They didn't light up LSU's defense.
No, they were looking good. The first half, though, like that second quarter, they were looking great, and it kind of slowed down a lot into the third and fourth. But like their defense was on point. The Ole Miss defense was playing very nice. I will say Trinidad Shameless, not a bad game out of him. Definitely worse than the one versus Tulane, but that is a guy. That is a guy right there. That's a quarterback going forward. So
yeah, I would say I'm nervous that Ole Miss is going to be ranked like fourth.
I'm pretty sure they are.
I think they are.
They are fourth.
Alabama should be the number 4 ranked team in the country. But yeah, whatever. Don't want to get too hard in the rankings. Real quick. USC single. Bummer. That was it. They win that game. Hey, we'll see. They lose that. Oh, yikes. Yeah, Everett, Nebraska's beating them in 3 weeks. Okay. Ohio State, Washington. I just want to say real quick at the game, this is my first true road game. I realized what I'm about to say makes me like the biggest spoiled brat on the planet, but I was explaining to Washington fans, they were really confused how I was an Ohio State fan from LA. So confused. I was telling them this is my first Ohio State football game that isn't at the Rose Bowl. And they all wanted to snap my head off. ripped my head off and punted into the lake when I told them that. They're like, you know how spoiled that sentence was? Oh, this is my first time watching Ohio State not in the Rose Bowl. They quite literally wanted to punt me into the lake outside of Washington Stadium.
It doesn't really surprise me.
Yeah, no, I realized how spoiled I was throughout that whole experience. But we were on the sailgate, we were out on the boats, had the full experience. I will say Ohio State traveled very well. I don't have an accurate number, but if you told me 20% of the stadium was Ohio State fans, I think that might be accurate. It seats 77. If you're told me 15K was Ohio State fans, yeah, I think that sounds about correct. But the one thing that stuck out to me the most in that game was first, I noticed this in the Rose Bowl, when Ohio State hits someone, you hear those pads clack.
Oh yeah, I mean, hey, that stadium is built for sound, so
and it echoes hard. But I think that also helped, certainly the echo. But Everett, you'd hear these pads. Oh my! It sounded like a thunderclap. How loud it was! How loud these pads clacking were. But I would say I didn't really get to see it too much in the game while watching. But from what I've read online, seeing some tape back, seeing what people are saying, they're all beyond impressed with Saiyan. And by they, I mean like SEC fans and Michigan fans watching are like, I'll be honest, this Saiyan guy is pretty damn good. Just mistake-free football. He is my perfect game manager, Everett. He is not here to win by himself. He's like kind of just Garrett Nussmeier, just with no hype and no expectations. So no one's like,
I mean, maybe in this game you can say
manager.
mistake. Maybe in this game you can say mistake-free football, but 2 interceptions versus Ohio, 1 versus Grambling.
No, those suck. But
high completion percentage, though. High completion percentage.
Just in this in Texas, no. Oh my God. Well, also, yeah, like even the interceptions he throws, some tips going on. He's trying to go get a shot play, probably shouldn't, but never like egregious, awful decision interceptions. You know, never like dude, he was triple covered. How did you not see the safety sitting right? Like none of those Kyle McCord Honda interceptions. But yeah, like I was really pleased how the team played. Red zone defense. My goodness, it is crazy right now, Everett. But yeah, great recap. And the number 1 dub, I'm not sunburned. So
yeah, hey, no Larry the Lobsters this time.
Yeah. All right. We will wrap up real quick with MLB. I'll want to get out of here very soon. But yeah, MLB playoff start. Dodgers taking on the Reds in the wild card. I actually think it's a worse matchup to face the Reds than the Mets, based on the Reds hitters and how they can hit our relievers. I think, although the Mets have more stars, I think the Reds offer bigger literal positional matchup issues.
But you wouldn't accept, I mean, if you just saw Reds versus Dodgers on paper, you're like, next round, please.
Still, with that being said, though, as you just said, it's Reds Dodgers first round. If this team gets bounced by the Reds, Everett.
And hey, I'll be said for the last 2 years, I think it's been the last 2 years specifically, we've been saying, hey, the week off has been problematic for the Dodgers. This is where we are putting our money right where our mouth is, quite literally. And this is an example of it. I do not feel necessarily, like you've been saying, overtly confident in the team right now, but it is playoff ball, and we learned last year that maybe Dave Roberts found the solution. We'll see.
And you just look at recent teams that go on some runs. That D-backs year, they had 86 wins.
I will also say this is also a year where
you just get hot.
Us and the Padres are not on the same side.
Yeah, and honestly, I know Padres 4 seed best wild card. They are 28th in the MLB in home runs, and it's winning playoff baseball games is a very simple formula. You just hit more home runs than the other team, you're going to win the series. And Padres are the 3rd worst team in the MLB.
I do expect the Cubs to win that series, but Um,
But yeah, I mean, we'll see.
all
We'll
right,
see
Grant.
about
Let's give our
Cubs
playoff
go.
predictions here. Obviously, you'll have one Dodgers prediction if that's your true one. Awesome. Otherwise, we can have that in a fun prediction here. As
Yeah,
the
okay.
resident baseball fanatic, you can go first.
Uh, yeah. We'll do my Dodger prediction first. In my Dodger prediction with them winning the World Series, the Dodgers will face. Yeah, to win the World Series, the Dodgers will face the Boston Red Sox.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
For us to win, yeah,
I was going to say the exact same thing.
We will beat the Red Sox. I don't believe that is going to happen, though. I think the World Series, it's going to be Phillies Yankees. Phillies win in 6.
I'm going to go fun, Grant. I'm having a fun route here.
I think the winner of that Red Sox Yankees is going on the run, though.
No, I agree. I believe whoever, like, just that entire lower bracket is straight toxicity, and I fucking love it. I love it.
Toxic.
I love it. But I agree with that. I'm assuming probably whoever wins that is going to go to the World Series. That's my actual guess. But for my fun pick here, Grant, Cubs and Mariners.
I like that.
Let's have a little fun here. Let's have a little fun here.
I love that. I love that. Who you got winning?
Let's bring it back to Chicago.
Oh, I was so ready for you to say Mariners.
Just say big dumper.
Now the thing about Mariners, big dumpy. We were talking about it. It's about home runs.
It is.
But they also have the starters. Those three studs on the Mariners.
But that's why I'm saying it's a little bit fun. If I took the Mariners, it wouldn't be as fun. I have to take the Cubs, right?
Yeah, Red Sox, what scares me is the Roman Anthony vibes. Like when I look at past World Series teams, they got a recent call up where when he gets a double, Everett, the entire dugout is fired up for him. I'd say my two young guys this year to fire up the offenses when need be. It's him and Stott on the Phillies. I know Stott's about to rip a crazy triple down the line.
Real quick.
The entire stadium. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Stott's
I want to just have a little extra fun. Let's just predict every quick matchup real quick.
Okay.
Tigers, Guardians playing the Mariners. Red Sox, Yankees. I'm gonna go Red Sox. Red Sox play the Blue Jays. Other side, Reds, Dodgers. Dodgers win that. Dodgers play Phillies. Padres, Cubs win. Cubs play Brewers. Back to the other side. Guardians, Mariners. Mariners win that. Red Sox, Blue Jays. Red Sox win that. We have Mariners versus Red Sox. Phillies and Dodgers.
I'm not gonna be mad at you if you say the Phillies. The fightings are really good.
I'm gonna give it to the Dodgers. Dodgers win that.
Give me your series count for that. That one you got to give me your series count. For what? 2?
I think it goes 6. Yeah. 4-2. Brewers, Cubs. I want to go against my fun prediction and put the Brewers here. I do really expect if it's between the Cubs and the Brewers, I think if the Dodgers go to the championship, the Brewers are the team that beat them in the championship. I don't know if the Cubs will do it.
I think Brewers Cubs is just get your popcorn matchup. Just an NL Central battle. I am very excited for that. We'll see if that happens.
It goes against my prediction, but I'm going to give it to the Brewers. I'm going to say the Brewers take out the Dodgers, and then the other side would go back to that. I'm going to say that the Mariners take out the Red Sox, and we have Mariners and the Brewers. But Cubs right there as well, obviously.
All right, my quick breakdown. Tigers, Guardians. I think Tigers are going to take that one. Just Scoob pitching.
Unless he kills somebody in the face again.
Yeah, I like Scoob out of that one. Other 5-4 Red Sox, Yankees. I really like Red Sox. Just Crochet as the starter. Crochet's been lights out this year.
You're going with the pitchers. You're going with the pitchers right now.
Hey, Hosses. I assume both Tigers and Red Sox to take those game ones. And remember,
going with pitching.
Opening round Everett is a best of 3. Remember that.
Yep.
So we're in a best of 3 with the Reds.
Yep. Snell, Yamamoto, and Shohei.
We'll see if Shohei has to go.
We'll see.
Reds, Dodgers. Dodgers.
Hopefully in two.
If we lose that series, it's gonna be
hopefully
dark day on this podcast.
Hopefully in two.
Padres, Cubs. I want to go Cubs purely for vibes. Also, big hater energy out of me, fading the Padres there. But more so, I want to go Cubs because Brewers, Cubs next round. I believe the Milwaukee Brewers are going to have a fire lit under their ass going up against the Cubs. Current Cubs manager Craig Counsell used to manage the Brewers when the Brewers were playing us in those playoff series, late 2010s, early 2000s. The Milwaukee Brewers absolutely despise everything about Craig Counsell, everything he stands for, leaving them and going to the Cubs, a division rival. I expect just extra juice out of Milwaukee in that series. Like, I expect Yelich to have a massive series against Craig there.
And also just pitching too. Like,
yeah. Milwaukee Brewers, they, from top to bottom, they have the best pitching staff. Just in the MLB right now, starters and bullpen included. But if there's a team that can hit them around, it's the Chicago Cubs. So like that one is just truly a let's just see how this one plays out. I don't feel too strong either way, but just from that vibes mentality, I want to go Brewers going up against Craig.
Okay.
Phillies, Dodgers. I think Phillies are just going to take that from us.
I wasn't going to do it.
A little too much consistency out of their lineup for me to like. But just wrap up that I think Phillies would also be taking down the Brewers. Just recently, the number one teams usually don't go too deep. So we're keeping that in mind. Hey,
not expecting the Blue Jays to go anywhere, to be honest.
They got that week off in the round before, so they may all just be getting bounced. Mariners, Tigers. I like the Mariners because, ironically, Scooball is probably going to need to make 2 starts for Tigers to pick up the best of 7. And that's going to be coming off a game 1 wild card. He pitches on Tuesday. His earliest start, I think it will be Friday or Saturday. Mm-hmm. And he'll pitch game 1 no matter what. He'll have days off. So I'm a little bit concerned how he holds up, but hey, hosses, they show up when it matters. Mariners have like the most hosses in the MLB though. So keep that in mind. Red Sox, Blue Jays, Red Sox or Yankees, whoever, they're bouncing the Blue Jays. Yeah, they're bouncing them. Okay. I think Red Sox are going to take down one of the Yankees. Red Sox, Mariners. I just like the Sox. Whoever wins that, Red Sox.
Wait,
Yankees,
real quick. Let me see if I can find. I had a prediction.
Like
I had a preseason prediction of.
You can pull it up.
Yeah, I gotta find it. I had a preseason prediction, and I swear to God, the Red Sox.
Sox.
I think that I had the Red Sox. I gotta find it. There's like a lot. There's so many papers in here. I should have come prepared. I wasn't prepared. Oh, here it is. I found it. I have found it. Grant, this was my preseason prediction for just the playoffs, and then I have my World Series. My prediction, I believe, was the Orioles, Yankees, Red Sox, Twins, Astros, or a variation of Yankees, Red Sox, Twins, Astros, and Mariners. Then my NL was Brave, Mets, Phillies. I had Brewers, then I crossed them off for the Pirates, I think, for fun. And then Dodgers and Padres. So
yeah, that's fun. There's no logic behind that cross off.
But this was my prediction. Dodgers versus Red Sox in the World Series, Grant.
Okay. Yeah. Now, we'll wrap up here. I will say I'm so excited for this baseball playoffs. I just was thinking about our run last year, and it's got me all locked in. I don't think we're gonna win it all, but I
you know what? At least you're tampering. At least you're dampering your expectations a little bit.
Hey, after winning one, it's like I understand how difficult it is, and you should never expect to win the World Series every year. You're just gonna have a miserable time as a baseball fan if you have those hopes every year. You just shouldn't. It's unrealistic. So, but I'll temper my own expectations. Yes.
With that, who's your World Series champion here?
I believe Philadelphia Phillies gonna beat the Red Sox.
Okay, but with that, thank you guys so much for watching, listening. Raise 5 stars. Raise 5 stars. You can find us on. This sounds like an Uber request.
Still rate us 5 stars on
rate us
Spotify.
5 stars on
folks.
Spotify, though. We post new episodes every week on YouTube and all podcast platforms. Make sure to subscribe, turn notifications to miss a single episode. We also post exclusive content on Instagram and on YouTube, as on Instagram and on TikTok as well. So make sure you check us out there so you miss a single episode or any other content. You can also follow me and Grant on Twitter at Everett6 Waterboy Grant. And with that, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Waterboy's out.